Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the archives of the Cindy Cochran Show. Remember, I'm live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11, right here on irlonestar.com. You can be a part of the show by calling 936-647-3776. Also, please visit my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. And let me say a special thanks to our show sponsors, BK Meyer Photography. If you would like to be a sponsor of The Cindy Cochran Show, contact me at cindy@irlonestar.com. Enjoy! Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, middle of the week, and you know what Wednesday means.
I like that hesitation there. It is,
It's Wednesday.
It's a 4-letter word day.
Yes, shut.
Good morning, Cindy.
Oh, brother. And what we're not going to talk about today is Star Wars. I just want to make that perfectly clear to all of our audience, because you can't get Richard started on Star Wars because he'll take over everything. But you are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and we're so happy to be here this morning. It's all warm and cozy in here because it's cold and rainy outside, and wasn't expecting the rain this morning at all. So, but it's been beautiful, and sometimes we have to have these days to appreciate those really beautiful days and get out and stay out and enjoy every second of it. But I have a special guest today, and his name is Philip Griffin. And did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just usually get extra credit on the spelling there. I always get doubled L for some reason.
And I didn't do it.
No, you didn't do it.
I did not do it.
You did great. You know,
one L. And so I didn't know if you spelled it or you pronounced it maybe differently, like Philip, and how. But no, it's Philip Griffin. And I gave everybody the spelling yesterday. Philippe Griffin. But I gave everybody the correct spelling so that they could stalk you on your Facebook.
That's
and
awesome.
And I stalked you on your Facebook and was looking at your different the pictures you have and press you have. Boy, I like the press that you have. It's and you gave credit to somebody. So I usually say they think I'm the best in the world, and not really tell who said
what.
Who's they. Who
That's
they
correct.
is. So
speaking of they, I had an issue with they yesterday. It seemed like they wanted to give me a lot of stuff to handle all at the same time, and they says it makes you stronger. We never have nothing more than we can handle. And
True.
I guess, and then I put a Star Wars quote because I finally got to watch Star Wars yesterday. So that's.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because the Force is strong with this one. I got all that stuff I got to handle.
Don't say anything.
Don't even.
Just kidding.
I was sitting last night late in my bed thinking,
thinking of Star Wars.
As long as you wasn't thinking of your Wookiee, you're okay.
Wow, let's put one down for Philip. Okay, he's in here. And he also has a special guest with him, beautiful Brittany. And he just said he met her at the Conroe Coffee, right? Is that right? And
I
she
pick her up
followed
at
you
random
over?
places, yes.
Oh, okay. No, she's more than a sidekick. I just feel that she's more than a sidekick.
Yeah, she's my secretary, and
and you're at every performance, right, Brittany? Just shake your head
no,
yes or no. She said, I'm not going to talk.
some. She misses some every once in a while. She got to have a girls' night every once in a while. Let her hair down.
But I think that's the smartest way for anyone who has a boyfriend in the band is to be there and be the one that sells the T-shirts and be there the one that say, you want to talk to him? What do you want to talk to him about? Well, I wouldn't say it that way, but yeah, that's exactly right. Is because if they feel like the girlfriend's in the room, maybe they won't be so crazy and silly. It doesn't matter. They still act crazy and silly, huh?
It's my hashtag says flip happen, so it's a little wild.
Well, I was listening to your music, and I close my eyes and just see you on stage performing, and I'm sure everybody thinks he's looking at me. I know he's looking at me. I can feel it, and he wants my phone number, and I'm gonna throw my shirt up there. No, so do your
Cindy,
fans get what?
There's a cheesy movie you need to see. It's called The Song.
What
Yeah.
song?
It's about a country singer who meets a beautiful woman, writes a song about her, and then he becomes a hit. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, him being famous and how she deals with it. It's so cheesy.
But I would love it because of the subject matter.
You like Paul Blart.
Richard, you got it exactly right with that. It took me a long time in the music industry to understand this, but the main reason most ladies want to date musicians is they want a song about them. It's true.
Well, I mean, you should have figured that out first so that you could, provide what they wanted. Like
I was busy with, my benefits package, which I won't explain what that is, but it's, it starts with a W and starts with a W, so it works out really well.
I'm so glad I'm so innocent. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
It's not. It's just whiskey and women. It's okay.
Whiskey. Oh, in that order?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? Okay. All right. And please don't acknowledge Richard by his name because that will bring him into the conversation, and I'll never get it back. No.
Well, I kind of owe Richard. The first time I met him was at Sawmill Festival out there, and hey, it took me 7 months, but I delivered on my promise, man. I apologize for taking so long.
Boy, is he brown-nosing the owner. Okay, all right. So, okay, but we want to get into your music and all, and I know you probably don't want to discuss politics or anything this early in the morning. Is it something that you, like if I say two words, gun control, what would be the first thing that comes to your head?
Where can I get more ammo? And the only two precious metals in this world are brass and lead. So
I love this guy. So I'm sure you were glued to the TV on President Obama's new tightening of the loophole in the where you go buy the guns at the guns shows and stuff.
His statement is inaccurate on the whole thing about any criminal can buy it online because it still has to go through local dealers to do all that.
That's right. And the local dealers are, and the local dealers are at the gun shows usually, so they're already licensed anyway, and so they already know what they're going to have to do and that kind of thing. But it brought a tear to his eye, and I understand it brought many tears to many people's eyes when these tragedies happened. But what he's proposing would not have stopped one of the ones that he keeps talking
stop
about.
Criminals. That's the problem.
No, you cannot.
I say we outlaw. Let's just outlaw cars. I mean, there's more people killed.
That's exactly right.
Drinking and driving in a year than there has been in the last 10 years.
And people say, you can't do that because we need cars. Well, you can't say that because we need protection.
That's right.
And police can't be everywhere, and we know that. And now we have open carry in Texas. And so this is going to be funny because is it really open carry? Because so many places are restricting open carry. Richard, is it okay to, carry your gun in here?
Yeah, as long as you eject the chamber before you walk in. You got to be safety first.
Okay. Yep. Okay. All right.
Can't have a charge. That's a rule of my house.
It can't be hot. Okay. All right. Well, I feel like in here we may need. Do we have protection in here?
Why would I tell people that? You never tell people that.
No, you do. You put it on the we are protected by Smith & Wesson. I
have a double barrel underneath the deal strapped ready at the table right here.
Pointing at me. Thanks, bud. Appreciate that.
You never know.
Wow, talk about trust.
He wouldn't allow guns in here whenever we had the Mark and Cindy show because. Mark and I were on the opposite ends of spectrum of everything, and so that would have been
accidental discharge.
That might have been the case, but we do have Mark Hader and his wife Kay coming up at 12 o'clock. They have a new show every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. It's called Hanging with the Haters, and so because his last name is Hayters, but it's pretty funny. Hanging with the Haters is going to be on today. Starts today.
Awesome.
This is it. So anyway, you guys be sure and stay around. But what you really need to stay around for is after we get through this first segment, then we're going to have Philip sing. And he's going to tell some backstory of Rebound, because that's what I love. I love to know all the juicy, parts. And I hope it wasn't. You didn't write for somebody that wasn't Brittany. Did you write that for Brittany?
Oh, it's
just a generalized thing.
Yes, okay. It is a very generalized thing. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we're going to get into it and find out that backstory and the emotional backstory, and And Brittany's very interested in finding that out and where that came from. She wants to know. And all your fans want to know. And I hope you put this on your Facebook that you were going to be on.
Yeah, I did on both of them, my personal and the band page.
There you go, because you are going to be singing a couple of songs for us live.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be recorded, and it'll be then, we'll have it in our archives that all your fans can go back and listen to you talk. They also could call in, because we do have interactive call-in here.
Oh, wow.
And so if they want to call 936-647-3776, that would be fabulous. But don't call while he's singing, okay? I know you guys know better than that. But anyway, we will, when you'll be able to talk to him live right here on the Cindy Cochran Show, only on the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't let anybody else book you, okay? You're like on my show exclusively in the mornings from 10 to 11, okay?
I could be here every other week if you
There you
need
go.
it. I mean,
there you go. Because and he is really good. I did stalk his Facebook, and he is good. I've listened to your music, so I'm up to speed. You guys stay with us. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Wait.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Even if these walls could talk, they couldn't get a word in edgewise.
I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that drinking and driving do not mix. Drinking and driving causes an alcohol-related fatality every hour in the United States. Stay sober and stay alive.
Hey, this is Cindy Cochran, and now Conroe can boast of another first. The first morning live talk show, 10 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio, coming straight out of the fabulous downtown Conroe, Texas. Be the coolest guy at the water cooler, or the most informed break room dweller by listening to the fun side of the news, local, national, infinity, and beyond. The Cindy Cochran Show, you ain't heard nothing yet.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
And we're back. And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Yes, we are. And you, I know your ear is just sitting right there next to the speaker going, okay, let's let him sing. But I got to find out, first of all, what was the story behind the song that's on your CD, Rebound?
Well, basically what happened was I was going to the studio, driving up 45, and I got to thinking about basically how I always get these awesome gals at the end of a bad long-term relationship, and so I'm doing the repair work, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm fixing them up. So, and I began to realize that for a very long string of gals that I dated, I was always the guy catching them at the end of a bad long-term relationship. And I said, man, it's kind of the story of my love life is I'm the rebound guy. And then somebody said, well, it's like Good Luck Chuck. And I said, no, this is a little different. You know, Good Luck Chuck was like a one-nighter thing. With me, I'd fix them up over the course of about 6 months, and then we'd have a slight disagreement. And next thing you know, the knight in shining armor shows up, and then I'm back to looking for the next project.
And now she feels confident enough to know that he's going to want her.
Yeah, shoot, man, I got her. I mean, she's like, put me in, coach. I'm good to go now.
That's exactly right. That's so pitiful. So you're the shoulder to cry on then, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple times, and it just is what it is.
Well, I know Brittany's never done this, but I have found those guys that you feel like are so sympathetic and so sweet, and that's what you need because you've been with this slob for this while. So this is what I need, is somebody that's going to be so understanding and that you really understand me. Not that you want to be particularly involved with that person, but that person is the one that's going to get you through this and be your go-to guy and the stepping stone. And it's pitiful the way women do that. They're mean like that,
Well,
sorry.
it's always the guy's fault somewhere out there. So it's not. It's a guy's fault somewhere. So
no. Well, she can skew it that way any way she wants to. That's exactly right. So Rebound is about that and about thinking back on those kind of things. But it wasn't someone just that you had in mind. That
not specifically. No.
Okay.
No. That was just a cumulative effort right there. Just putting everybody in the same general category.
Well, so many guys I know that will be able to relate to you and think back on that, and so it's good for them to go back in that sad time in their life and feel like they're not the only one, right?
Well, the song kind of offers a little bit of indication where you see that she's going for somebody that's gonna do her wrong, and you basically see that both of them are, they're perfect for each other. They're meant for each other. Or you can have the positive Philip outlook and say, hey, she met somebody good and they're perfect for each other. So you can go either way with it.
How sweet. Oh, my word, that's so sweet. That's good. That's a very good attitude.
It's usually the first, but
no,
one can dream.
That's a really good attitude. And I love to talk about relationships. I think it's so much fun because there's so much angst in it, and I feel so bad for guys because guys are usually like one dimension. Women want them to be three-dimensional, and they want to project onto you that you're thinking much deeper than you ever wanted to or could. So that's why it's interesting for me to know why the song was written and what was the basis for it. But right now, we're going to hear Philip Griffin sing Rebound. Here you go.
I'll play it. I was going to bring my other new instrument and play another song, but I'm not confident on it yet. Here's one off the new CD. It's the title track. Don't look now, here she comes again, looking for a shoulder, you to let her back in. It's always second place, so play it for a fool, fix her up again, somehow she'll always win. She needs another rebound to get her back on the town. So moving across the dance floor so she can even the score. She never plays for keeps, she's using you, you see. It's just like you let her play her game, you're the only one to blame. Thought you were tough, had a change in your love. You let down your guard, yeah, you let him back in. And maybe this time it's different, and he won't take the lead, get the upper hand, but somehow always win. Needs another rebound to get him back on the town. So moving across the dance floor so he can even the score. He's using every line to take her home tonight. It's just like him to always play his game. He's the only one to blame. need another rebound. Tonight they're laying them down. So moving across the dance floor so they can even the score. Ignoring all the signs, they're perfect for each other. It's just like them to always play their game. They're the only ones to blame. Yeah, and it's just like them to always play their games. They're the only ones to blame. They need another rebound.
Oh, yeah. Oh, woo! That was great. That was great. To me, it would be the hardest to sit there and play in front of 2 people or 3 people, and instead of hundreds. Do you have any problem with it, or is it just like I can do this anywhere? Because you don't sound like you had any problem with it.
There's times, I guess, when you get into certain situations, you have. I haven't really been nervous about much, except for about 3 weeks ago when I went to sing Christmas songs.
Really? Why did that make you nervous?
Well, I don't typically do Christmas songs. I'm not saying I'm the Grinch, but I got some green-colored shoes I like to wear, and but I wasn't as prepared. I felt like, and then it turned out I really wasn't as prepared for the Willie Nelson song. I mean, I was singing at a church event too.
Right,
so,
right.
I mean, I kind of started playing in churches and doing that, but
they're so forgiving, though, Phil.
Well, Jesus is forgiving. It's his people sometimes that, that's like I told him. I said, man, I love Jesus and he loves me, but sometimes I just can't stand his people. You know what I mean?
That happens, yes. That happens. You're right. You're right.
But I was a little nervous about that, and then I missed some lyrics on the Willie Nelson song and a couple of chords. But it was good. But it was cold. It was a cold evening. The wind was blowing about 15, 20 miles an hour, and I had a good time, even though they were wanting me to play originals, and I was like, not at a church event.
Like Whiskey Dent or
Whiskey Dents?
Yeah, those kind of things that they probably would like, that's not really good, because we got to...
Maybe That Girl Crystal would probably been even better to get a little hair-raising effect out of them.
I didn't... Now, was that written for one of your... former girlfriends?
No, that's a coup de grace song I've been playing for a long time, and it's dealing with crystal meth, which is.
As soon as I said that, I thought I bet it's about crystal meth.
Yeah, I don't like the dirty girl. I'm sorry, not into it.
Good boy.
Me and Mary, we have fun and had fun, but that dirty girl crystal, I don't mess with that.
I hope you put Mary out of your life, because I don't want you singing, like some of the lyrics that come from those episodes that people go through with Mary, and you go like, what this, like the lyrics that come to your mind while you're... I
would say Mary's better than Brandy. Brandy usually runs people hot.
You think so?
Yeah, Mary's usually pretty cool about stuff.
You think that you can write? Does it inspire you to write better?
I would say that you're much more creative when Mary's involved.
But Brandy, you might maybe forget what you were doing.
Me and Brandy, we're on a steady.
You steady relationship with Brandy?
Well, I mean, when it comes to liquor, Bird Dog whiskey.
See, Richard didn't think I knew what you were talking about. He thought you were probably talking about different girls. And see, and I went through the '60s. I know these things.
Yeah, she was in the entertainment industry in the '60s, so you can imagine.
So
what she's doing.
Maybe we should listen to some of your stories.
No. I was always an observer, and what was that smell?
So if I start playing. You gonna start dancing?
Yes. Be still, my heart. Be still, Cindy. Don't.
We're gonna start dancing. We're gonna light some candles up and start dancing around in here on the floor.
On the way to the highway.
On that highway.
No, I love those. I love the songs like the Eagles. Now, see, the '70s, right? That was in the '70s. I remember in the '60s there was such a mash of music, because the blues, then even metal was coming at the end of the '60s. Heavy metal and it was coming in. And I think we didn't call it heavy metal; we called it something else. But then we had Dinah Ross and those guys, and there was just so many influence in the Beach Boys, and like what a variety of music to choose from. And the Beatles, of course.
Those had to have been the days. I would like to have grown up in the '70s.
The '70s?
Yeah, I would like for my heydays to have been the '70s.
But it was the worst wardrobe time of the whole world. The worst.
Dude, there was blue jeans and T-shirts and boots then. I'm good.
Well, yes, you're right. There's always been that. There's always FAA.
FAA?
FAA, Future Farmer. It was Future FFA.
FFA, yeah.
I'm sorry, FAA, I think is the airlines. But anyway, there was always those guys in the group. But we had surfers and the nonconformists and we had all the people that you could choose to be friends with and decide if you're going to be, who you'd like to be associated with. But I liked all of them. I felt like I had stuff in common with all of them and didn't fit in any one group. I'm sure that still happens in high school. Do you remember that? In high school, you had to be fitting in.
Do we have to go back to high school?
No, we don't have to. I just, like you understand.
There was such rebellion in me in high school. I grew up in a church household that didn't let me listen to anything but Christian music, and as soon as I got a truck, I started listening to that horrible rap music. Went down a horrible trail right there. Forgot all about my guitar raising, and then it took a little while when I finally graduated to get back around to it.
Come back to it.
And that's mainly for the girls,
Isn't that something? Where is that code? I mean, did boys just talk about that stuff? Like, hey, if you want, if you're having trouble getting girls, you get in a band. I
don't know. I don't know if there's some kind of
is
magic or there's some kind of spell that comes out of this hole right here, but I don't know.
Girls just go crazy with being on stage, but I'm sure you don't have you know how to handle them now. You probably in the beginning thought, "Wow, you're overwhelmed by it," but now you know how to handle the admiration from the women.
No, I wouldn't dare say that I've ever got that figured out.
You don't. You're supposed to say, "Oh, it doesn't bother me. I just close my eyes and sing the song." And
a lot of times I do close my eyes.
Yeah,
it's tough. I've had some events that I was like, man, what in the world are we going to do next, Where do you go from here? I will say this, probably the worst phone number I ever got in my life was a gal took it upon herself to take a Sharpie and write her phone number on my guitar case. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what in the world? And then at the time I had a girlfriend, and then my girlfriend, she put her name above it too. So that caused a whole debacle. I mean, it was major fallout right there. And yeah.
But I'm sure your girlfriend, the real girlfriend, was like, was she able to get that close to your guitar case?
Dude, you gals, y'all are sneaky. Y'all are like ninjas. I don't know how. I mean, the cases were set off to the side, so I mean, it was close to the merch booth at the time, if I can recall it correctly. Although I've been drunk and passed out several times since then. It's a little cloudy, but.
Is your mom and dad? Are they listening today?
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I'm going to tell the truth at every corner because it's easier to remember the truth than to remember all the lies. That's all there is to it.
There's a song. Have you written that in a song?
No. You want me to write that one?
I think you need to write that song.
It could be your song, Cindy.
And my song. And
Cindy's song.
Then you'll be on the show forever like that because that's all you need to do. But I hope your mom and dad are listening. No, I think you've got your head screwed on pretty straight, and I don't see you wobbling too much. So I think you're good, and that you came back to your roots. I think that's really good.
It's tough, that's kind of what the song "Bottle," my song out to the radio right now, is about. Is I come from a small town, and where I grew up, there wasn't much to do, and thank God for being able to hunt and fish and get to do those things, and that's really probably one of the most grounding things is to keep you centered, is to be able to come back to, a good raising like that and hang out and know that you can get out there and cast a line or pull a trigger and hang out, and then there's later on was six packs and girls and other stuff. So I mean, it was. But it's always good, and they're dependable. So
that's that's wonderful, and I hope they're listening because that's a huge compliment. Every parent wants to hear their kids say something like that. That's great. When I looked at your playlist, and I was wondering like what songs you might want to do, and I definitely wanted you to do Rebound. I'd heard that. I looked at Bottoms, and I thought, that could go wrong so many ways. I didn't know what it was about, so I'm glad you explained that, and that you want to do that when we come back from this break. That'll be great. Okay, we're listening to Philip Griffin on the Cindy Cochran Show, along with his sidekick Brittany, who's sitting here very patiently, and she's beautiful. She's so pretty.
Well, thank you.
And very quiet. So. this is good for you, right?
It's pretty rare.
Okay, it's pretty rare. And she doesn't want any attention. She doesn't want publicity or anything like that, because I wanted to put her on the show. Okay, you are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. We will be right back after this break. Don't go away, and you'll hear Philip Griffin live.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Our community's animal shelters cannot absorb accidental litters of kittens and puppies. Approximately 80% of the animals entering our shelters will not make it out alive. Please help be a part of the solution. Please spay and neuter your pets. Many low-cost options are available. Visit texaslittercontrol.org to learn more. That's texaslittercontrol.org. And remember, real Texans don't litter. Please spay and neuter your pets.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
Tune in every Sunday night right here on Lone Star Internet Radio for adventure, romance, thrills, chills, and everything vintage radio drama can bring. The Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour comes to you every Sunday at 7 p.m. with brand new episodes monthly. Our productions always feature actors, music, and sound effects performed completely live. And now you can enjoy seeing each new episode performed on stage at the Owen Theater in Conroe. Check out www.irlonestar.com for information about upcoming episodes. Relive the glory days of vintage radio drama right here with the Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas. At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Yes, we are. And you've been blessed with the sounds from Philip Griffin. And I just am so excited to get to hear this next song, because I had trepidation about it, because the name of it, I was looking through it, it said Bottoms, and realized, what could that possibly be? But Philip has assured me that this is nothing to worry about. It's talking about getting to the, landing on the bottom and having to work your way back up, right?
Yeah, it's everybody. Just like anything else, you have highs and lows. There's an ebb and flow to playing music and being in the music industry, and you always need to have something strong to center you around, and you go back into your roots, and that's what this song's about, and dealing with things. So it's a single out to Texas radio right now, and you can pick it up at philipgriffinband.com right there at the bottom of the webpage, and if you want on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, it's also available on there. So.
Right, and we will go in more of that so people can write it down. So get your pencil and paper ready. And
we got 2 copies. We got a 2 combos, a CD koozie combo we'll give away today. Anybody wants it?
Yay!
So,
Oh, I love that.
you
And
know,
we've got
we'll leave
people
it
that
here
will-
at the station.
Yeah, and they come by and pick it up. Oh, that's great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Philip Griffin.
Got my arm out the window, got the bow tied down. Crossing the tracks in the middle of town. 7 miles away from Lewis Lake. Up bright and early, can't hardly wait. But that devil horse gonna find its mark. I got the Johnson Prime and it's ready to start. And up just round the bend I can't see. These bottoms have always been good to me. The bottom's always been good for me. I held on to the handle a little too long. But those mistakes make for a whole lot of songs. Let my mouth write checks that I couldn't cash. And I fought real hard, but they whipped my ass. But that brown bottle couldn't tame my heart. Getting up when you fall is the easy part. My mama sure prayed a lot, you see. These bottoms have always been good to me. These bottoms have always been good for me. Seen it's 80 miles an hour and homeward bound. Connecting the dots through tiny towns. Shaking hands and winning strangers' hearts. This hell and high water couldn't keep us apart. Don't let the wide road keep you chained. And always be proud of your last name. Ever you forget where you come from, these bottoms will always be here, son. These bottoms will always be here, son.
And we're back, and we got to get a big hand for Phil. That was great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I love your sound. I do like your sound. And I can't stand country music, and I
Really?
like your sound. I like your sound. No, I grew up in Texas. I've listened and been inundated with all kind of country, you know, the
yeah.
and I like the way country music has transitioned to a little more, you know, not I'm dying today.
Not so hokey.
Yeah. I like it. And now I have these guys coming in live and playing, and they're pulling me over to that side. It's just, it's amazing.
It's amazing the blend that you get out of the Texas music scene, and it's so very forgiving. The Red Dirt Texas music, I mean, it encompasses everything from, and you got people that just rock out, you know, cross Canadian ragweed style of music where they were just rocking, and then you can go all the way over to like Johnny Falstaff and John Evans, them guys that play, you know, play the honky tonkin style. You know, they play more of that swing and stuff, and it's like, it's crazy how we're all grouped underneath one little old blanket out here in Texas, you know. So
right.
It's funny.
I just learned not to say country and western. I just learned that probably about a month ago.
Well, see, I play both types of music, country and western. Although my definition of western maybe is different than a lot of people. I usually get highly inebriated active fool, and that's western for
that's
you know.
Western.
I'm telling you.
That's western. I
try to cut that out, you know.
Just say country music. But your press and the people that have had you at their events is pretty impressive. The Philip Griffin Band is blasting on the Texas country music scene, and they are ready to become one of your favorites. And then another guy has said, if you get the opportunity to go to one of their shows, you will certainly be entertained. And it wasn't your mother. It wasn't somebody with your last name. It was James Mullins in San Antonio. Yeah. So... and these guys put on an amazing show, one of the best bands around. So you've had some pretty good kudos coming towards you, and
well, thank you.
And so it's getting busier and busier with you, right? Trying to get everything booked and all.
I finally eclipsed the 1,600 show mark.
Wow, that's great.
That's like I said, next month February will be 7 years under my name. So I've been around and played a whole bunch, and I can't tell you the hundreds of thousands of miles that I've put on both my bus and the excursion and running the roads, and just kind of chasing the dream out there. And
does it ever get old, or are you always feeling like I can't wait till the next?
It gets tough, because a lot of people think that you just show up and everything's set up and you just walk up there with your guitar and you play, and it's quite an ordeal to take. And my typical work week is usually 50, 60 hours at minimum a lot of times, and some of that, and some of the heavier weeks are, 80 hours a week with 1,000 miles thrown in there. So
do you write on the bus? Are you able to write on the bus?
Sometimes we write on the bus.
In the bathroom?
It's funny, sometimes I'm trying to get better at it. When I'm trying different writing styles right now to try to do some different stuff, but for the most part, my songs, I sit down and write it all at once. I hear it, I hear the melody, I hear the parts and the lyrics, and it's nothing to pen a song out in 10 to 15 minutes, and those are the best.
Those are the best
opinion,
ones,
because it just there's a flow, and just the other day I started working on a new song, and I spent a week out on the road back in December, and I got to thinking about everybody dealing with the Christmas and family coming to town and stuff. So I started writing a song differently, because there was a lot of I wanted to write it basically geographically related to an area of Texas that I was in at the time. And I was thinking, man, you could ring it up, you could rhyme it out, and there was all these different lines that I had in my head. So I just started writing all the lines down, and I hadn't had a chance to sit back down, but I'm just going to group them together with what flows on it. So
that'll be interesting to see how fast, and if you get that one done, then you call us and come back in and
well, don't get your hopes up. I'm not doing a full-blown Christmas CD.
You're not. I understand that. Those people that do that, is like, how many ways can you sing?
Well, it's
Jingle
funny
bells.
because you make a little bit of money, but a lot of those songs are already copyrighted, so you're just putting somebody else's pocket full, So.
No, you're exactly right. We want to come back and make sure everybody knows after this break how to get your CD and where you're going to be playing next, where they can follow you. And
awesome.
And I want to know about your fan base. Do you have a core that's there every single time you show up or you appear? We're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. I mean, you are. We are too. But anyway, we will be right back, and don't go away. We're going to talk more with Philip Griffin. Be back.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good, with the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today. So remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's Junque for more information and store hours.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Real reality radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Boy, I had that practiced there. I did it right. Okay, all right, good. We've been listening to Philip Griffin, who is well known around here for sure, and he has extended his reach to other places and bringing his sound to other places. And I was talking to him about the fan base and the core and those people, because I remember back in the day when I would be working with bands that there were people that would show up every single time, and they were there no matter what, where you were, and they could lip sync your original songs and all that. And so that was pretty cool to have happen.
That's definitely that's part of it. I mean, one, to see people dancing, two, to people singing along. That really is what starts to make it really worth it out there.
Sure, of course. Oh, we've got a phone call.
Oh, Lord.
We've got a phone call. Uh-oh, we don't know who this is going to be. Let's see. Phone caller, what is your name, and what would you like to talk about?
Yeah, my name is Chris, calling from San Francisco.
Chris Rossetti, calling from San Francisco. Okay, yes, sir. It's good to hear from you, Chris. What would you like to talk about?
Just have a question for your guest, and I'll hang up to hear the answer.
Yes.
I can sort of hear Don Williams and a little influence, perhaps Chris Christopherson. I know these are older guys, born way before you were born, but can you tell me who influenced your music, and how did the church, singing in church as a young person, how did that influence your music as well? Thank you. Have a great show.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
You, bud. Yeah, it's funny you asked about the influence. My dad had a gospel band growing up, and when I was in church, and those things really those things took precedent, and that's where my love for music started. And you brought up Chris Christopherson and Don Williams. I love the what I would consider what is true country music, and we're seeing a lot of guys getting back to that. And I'm a huge Hank Williams Jr. fan. I love that type of stuff. I love Gary Stewart and those honky tonkers and stuff. Those really are guys that you look at and you go, man, wow. To live life in that era, I mean, I couldn't imagine how, with the advent that we have of social media and everything now. I mean, back then, them guys they got out there and went and played. And
it's word of mouth.
And I that's what we kind of were talking about before the break is, you get so many options now these days. I mean, even with the whole Periscope thing now, you can just sit at home in your living room, sign on and pay a fee and watch live performances. So.
Right. We had a comedian come in here with Periscope and was showing us what it was all about. I was like, good grief, that is amazing.
I mean, it's just, it kind of curtails to the whole, the Jetsons, I mean, won't be long, you just sit at home, everything will be brought to you, and
I like that.
You
I
can do it.
like that.
Yeah,
I
definitely
like
the
that.
older country music.
Yeah.
I'll even step it up. I mean, I love like Dwight Yoakam and stuff, you know, and that's like that kind of sound. I really love it. So, but thanks for the call, man. That's awesome. Thanks for calling in.
That is great. The lyrics you had in your last song, Bottoms, it caught my ear. Was you said, my mouth is writing checks that
I couldn't
cash. That was brilliant. I love that. I love that.
Well, we all
line.
go through those phases, you know, and maybe more so for guys because, you know, there's always that, you know, when I was growing up, there was always that push to, you know, the whole macho thing and to take and, you know, or to be bigger, you know, to push the envelope and be bigger than what you are. And, you know, sometimes it, you know, not only have I dealt with that in, you know, in the aspect of a physical aspect, but, you know, financially stretching things out and trying to, you know, act bigger and buy bigger things that you really at the time had no use in doing, you know.
Well,
so.
it was a great way to express it, and you have, that's what I mean. Songwriters have a lot of power in their words, and when they say things like "be proud of your last name," and those kind of things are, you know, it'll hit people at different times. It reminds me, in spiritually speaking, you know, it's like the Bible can be relevant at all different times of your life, and you think like, wait a minute, I read that so many times when I was young, and now it takes on a whole different meaning. And songs, when you hear songs that you've heard before and you hear them over and over again, but different times in your life, whatever's happening in your life, that means so much more.
Yeah. That's the beauty of a song. You know, I told my guitar player the other day, I said, you know, one of the main things about playing music and doing what I've done is when I'm dead and gone, somebody somewhere will stumble across this and listen to it, and no matter, you know, for eons and however long the media's around, you know, I mean, it'll be out there. So.
Well, and that shoulders a responsibility sometimes for the writer to go like, you know, like, do I really want to put that message out, or do I want to put, here's a truth, here's where my life was, but that's not where I wanted it to be or where I wanted to go. That's fine, but it's just like, you know, I don't care what they say, you know, kill them all. I don't, you know.
That's the beauty of interpretation. I mean, even with the Bible, you see a lot of people get the red hind end over certain things of what people say, but, you know, it's up for, you know, I'd like to say it like this, you know, it's up for my interpretation, and whenever I go from this life to the next, I'm the only one that can answer for me.
That's true.
No preacher can, you know, no girlfriend, no kid, no parent, no nothing. I mean, when I get up there, it's going to be, you know, maybe I'll be on the big screen and everybody can watch me stutter around. Well, why did you say this or why did you do that? You know?
That's so funny you said that. Growing up, when the preachers would start talking about Judgment Day and, you know, when you get ready to go into heaven, I saw the big screen. I saw my face up there, and I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed, you know, and knowing that you're next. But you have a great attitude and outlook, and I really like that, and I appreciate it so much. I want people to know where they can go stalk you. Where should they go?
Just go to philipgriffinband.com. That's Philip with one L, and that's Griffin and I-N on it. So, and I guess everybody knows how to spell band, B-A-N-D.
Well, when you search, you come up real quick.
Yeah, all the links are on there. You can hit all the social medias and everything. And I'm sorry that the upcoming show schedule's not up. I've been a little bit tardy getting all that up, but I am pretty full between now and the end of June. So
they can find out where are you going? What's the next
this weekend? Well, tomorrow I'm doing an acoustic show down in Angleton at Shady's, if the weather permits. Hopefully,
yes.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And then Friday and Saturday I'm out at the Chili When It's Chili Cook-Off. Friday night I'm at a private tent, and then Saturday night we're the headlining main stage act.
At where?
Chili When It's Chili.
Chili When It's Chili. Only in Texas. Only in Texas you have that. Yeah. And Chris Rossetti in San Francisco won't be able to make it, but maybe you know, he can go to your website and see what happens, because I'm sure they have pictures.
It's funny he calls in from California, because I get people that want me to come play out there all the time, and it's just like, I just wish I could put I need 2 weeks out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make it to be able to afford the trip, really, basically, and maybe that'll happen real soon. So thanks, Chris, for calling in. It's good to know that I can get out to the West Coast sometime. Yeah.
That would be awesome. We want everybody to know that tomorrow is Thursday, and it's going to be full out political. We'll continue on with gun control and all the things that are happening, and we love to talk about. Donald Trump has been a gift of radio host everywhere. But anyway, we will be back tomorrow. So don't go away and stay with us till 12 o'clock, because at noon we're gonna have a Hang with the Haters. So be sure and be looking toward that. All right, talk to you later. This is Cindy Cochran Show. Remember, God loves you, God's got this, and make somebody happy, you'll be happier.
Thank you for checking out a podcast on Lone Star Internet Radio. Lone Star Internet Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas. If you are interested in sponsoring a program for Lone Star Internet Radio, just visit us online at irlonestar.com or message us on Facebook. We are always taking song requests on Twitter, and if you are interested in getting involved with the station, by either hosting your own show or if you want to be a DJ, just contact Dick at irlonestar.com. Lone Star Internet Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station.